In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 529 plan savings tips that you should know before you open up your 529. If this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name's Travis Sickle, certified financial planner with Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors. The 529 plan, it works kind of like a Roth IRA. It goes in with after-tax dollars, gross tax deferred, and if you use it for the intended purpose, which is education planning, then it could come out potentially tax and penalty free. The plans are state-run, and there are 2 types of 529 plans, the prepaid plans and the savings plans. The savings plan is the 529 that we're going to talk about in this video, which brings me to tip number 1. You don't have to use your state's plan. So you can look around to other states to see if there's a better plan elsewhere. You just want to make sure that you're not missing out if you have a state income tax and your 529 plan would give you a tax benefit for your state income tax. Now, I'm in Florida, so we don't have a state income tax. So there's no benefit to using one 529 plan over the other. Now, what you do want to look at are the costs or the investment options. And again, I'm looking and talking about the savings 529 plans, not the prepaid plans. There is a big difference, so you want to make sure that you're looking at the right one. So with the savings plans, looking at the cost and the investment options. Tip number 2 is you can fund these plans really early. In fact, you can fund them well before your child is even born or conceived, or before you're married. There's actually no limit how early you can fund these things. So the trick to doing that, the trick to getting these things funded a little bit earlier or way earlier if you want, is to open up the 529 plan in your own name and with you as the beneficiary. And once your son or daughter is born and has a social security number, then you can change the beneficiary to their name. With funding it early, it kind of opens up another door or another opportunity to use these 529 plans, and that's using them for K through 12. So with the 529 plans, if you're using them for K through 12, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're funding it when your child is 1 or 2 or even 3 years old, because the benefit of the 529 savings plan is in the tax deferral. So if the money's not in there for that long, you're really not going to realize that great of a benefit if you're using it so early. That's why funding it early for college makes more sense. But if you can fund these things well before they're even born, or if you have an old 529 plan and you change the beneficiary, then it makes a little bit more sense if you're going to tap into those dollars earlier on. Now, a quick point about changing the beneficiaries. If you change the beneficiaries, you can do that. But if you take the money out of the 529 to put it into another 529 plan, that's called a rollover. And you can only do one of those per year per beneficiary. So you want to make sure you're looking at the rules when you're changing the name or doing a rollover. Tip number 3 is looking at the funding options. You can put up to $15,000 per beneficiary per person into the 529 plans. So you can gift up to $15,000. So if you gift $15,000, your spouse could give $15,000, your parents could each give $15,000. Each person can give $15,000 to the same beneficiary. So that can add up rather quickly. And that's each and every single year. And there'll probably be some sort of inflation moving forward, as there was in the past with that $15,000 increasing every single year. But you have to know that that's the maximum that you can put in any one particular year without being subject to the gift taxation. Now, there's another thing or another loophole that you can look at, and that is looking at the 5-year exclusion to the gift tax. And that means you can put in a lump sum of up to $75,000 into the 529 plan, and again, not have any issues with taxation as far as gifting goes. And you can double that if you and your spouse both want to contribute that amount. Well, that's quite a bit of money. And I don't know if you need to do that much, but if you want to, you can. And again, just like the individuals can each do $15,000, the 5-year rule or the 5-year gift tax exclusion is $75,000 per donor to each beneficiary. And if you really want to fund these quickly, you can do it $15,000 by the end of the year And then quickly in the beginning of the next year, you can do the $75,000 for the remaining 5 years. So you can actually put up to $90,000 into a 529 plan within roughly a 2-month period. That's pretty good. That's a lot of money. So one of the reasons you'd want to do this, if you're trying to reduce the estate or the valuation of the estate, you can take that roughly $90,000 in that 2-month period and put it into the 529 plan and gift it away. So that is an opportunity to fund these early and quickly and basically completely. So to recap, not all 529 plans were created equal. So shop around and look at the different fund options and look at the different state plans before you make your decision. Figure out how early you can contribute, start contributing early. And if you want to contribute the maximum amount, just pay attention to the gift taxes. That's what you want to focus on. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.